This is Juan, KY Home Solution. Welcome back, everyone. Today's video, we're gonna touch on something a little bit controversial, especially upon the last few weeks. We had a few events of violence happening in Toronto, and so I have a lot of people reaching out asking, is Canada still a safe place to move in? And for those of you that don't know, from the beginning of the year, there's been a few events in the big cities, especially like in Toronto, where a few days back, a kid from Brazil got stabbed in the subway for absolutely no reason. He was 16 years old. He was going out with his friends, and an older kid approached him on the subway, and he just stabbed at him and killed him on the spot for no reason. So is it Canada safe? Yes. I guess like if you compare like with other countries and other big cities in the world, we're still like a super safe place to me. Of course, it's not all the same. For me, big city will always be more dangerous than smaller centers, and just because you will have a larger number of people competing for the same resources and same jobs, the same opportunities, even though like, of course, if you compare like a larger city with a smaller center, there are more opportunities, but the number of people trying to get what you want will be also larger. And then we're starting to see in Canada in the few last years how the homeless population grows, how the people that abuse drugs has grown, and that became a problem slowly. So a lot of people is accusing the government and accusing the police for not being present. I think what the job that needs to be done is really trying to go deeper into the root that causes this kind of behavior and this kind of events in the society that we live right now. But I'm really not the best person to go into that. And of course, there's gonna be like 1,000 different point of view, and there is not an easy answer to that. So I rather leave that to the experts. What I can share with you guys is my point of view as someone that moved from a big city. I used to live in São Paulo, Brazil before. I'm originally from Italy. I moved to Brazil in 2012 and lived in São Paulo for 5 years, and then moved to Toronto in 2017. The reason that I moved to Toronto was same like everybody. I thought was, okay, it's a big city, I'm gonna have more opportunities to find like a better job after I graduate, and I'm gonna make more money, and it's gonna be awesome. Truth to be told, it was safer and better than São Paulo. There were not as many opportunities as I was thinking, and the quality of life, although I had like an improvement compared with Brazil, was still not as great as I thought it could be. So we decided to go to an exploration mission, and we rented an RV, and we drove all the way from Toronto to Quebec, visited Montreal, Quebec City. Then we went to New Brunswick. We stayed in Fredericton, visited St. John, St. Andrew, Moncton. Then we went to Halifax. We visited other parts of Nova Scotia, and then we finally got to PI, and and 10 minutes later we were full in love and commit to move down here. But what I think all these maritime places that we visit have in common is the quality of life. You could feel like right away there was like such an improvement compared to the big city. The communities, the people that we met along the way, everybody was much relaxed, much nicer, and it really makes us wanted to move here right away. So for all of you that are still wondering, okay, I'm planning my Canada experience, and I want to move to Canada, but I don't know where to start. I always emphasize that the quality of life for me has been important, and what I want from my Canadian experience overall is not just the money, is not just the like getting like a good job. It's always been about the legacy that I leave to my family and to my kids. The reason that they made me move over here, it wasn't to improve my career, but it was to give a better future to my kids. So I feel that I am in a much better position to do so living here in Charlottetown, where I don't have to worry about them. Like right now they're playing on the street, so I don't have to watch them all the time. We live in a super safe neighborhood, but like all the neighborhoods in here are super safe, and things can happen everywhere. Like I agree with that, like you have no control, but I really don't miss the feeling of being in a big city, the traffic and the crazy people, and I don't know, like having to run and having to fight for everything. And like I love the feeling to go out in the morning and say hi to my neighbors and stop and have a chat with them, and how was your weekend, and what you guys do last night. And I don't know, I didn't have that like when I was living in Toronto, and that today is a big part of my life. It's something that I value and I cherish, and it's something that I'm happy that my kids will grow up like knowing that. So I hope that those of you that heard about this thing that happened, but don't be scared. Like that's what it is. Like big cities are always a little bit more dangerous. Like of course the situation seems to be alarming and getting worse, but we really need as a society like try to work towards the root of this problem and try to help people that needs help. Having said that, I really don't feel the need to be in that kind of environment right now, while I can have pretty much all the same things, living in a place here on the Maritimes. Well, my life is gonna be more relaxed, my quality of life is gonna be better, houses are more affordable, and I will be able to give to my kids a better future. So for those of you that stick with me till the end, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Just one last thing, if you could give us a like to this video and subscribe to the channel, that'll be awesome. And once again, thank you for watching, and see you at the next one.